We heard recently from a customer of ours that it was taking about 180 days for them to get credit back from LG.
Yeah,
And the whole time they're waiting to issue credit to their contractor customer.
right, right. And that same customer is the customer that told us once they started using Continuum, it dropped down to 7 days.
Well, hey, you and I just downstairs were talking about, with distributors and financial leakage in particular around returns and warranties.
Yeah,
And it's just interesting, right? Because you and I were on a call last week. Just, I think it was a group of, what was it,
it's like
10?
12 or
Yeah,
13, I think.
there was like 13 individuals from a decent sized distribution organization. And I think their director of ops was it.
Yep.
Yeah, he pulled up a spreadsheet and it was all of their outstanding return POs over the last like 12 months,
Yeah.
might have been 18 months.
Yeah.
And I think they had about $800,000.
Yeah, it was almost a million. I know it
Yeah.
was nearly seven figures, and
Yeah.
it was a scenario where I think he said that he was embarrassed the number was so high, but it's the reality that they're dealing with,
That's
right?
right. Yeah. And I mean, we're on that call, and the director of ops who sees this number daily showed it. And the president, I think his jaw kind of dropped. And he had no idea that the leakage was that bad.
Right.
But that's just the reality, right? There's no visibility into where these credits lie, and they're tough to get back
Right.
from vendors.
Yeah, and that's what we're seeing, and that's kind of where the Continuum solution is really helpful with that, because it does help to give them not just the visibility. So that's great. It's good to know that you've got this much stuff that's outstanding, but if you can't do anything about it, what value does that really bring?
Yep.
But what we actually allow them to do is we chase those down for them so that they don't have to spend the time. They don't have to spend all the man hours and the extra labor to chase those credits down. We track those credits down for them, and just
Yeah.
we chase those vendors. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a neat solution to help with scenarios like that.
100%. I mean, it's interesting because even like on the warranty side of things, you've got certain vendors that might have a decent turnaround time in
Mhm.
terms of getting credits back to their distributors. But then I think like LG, for instance,
Yeah.
we heard recently from a customer of ours that it was taking about 180 days for them to get credit back from LG.
Yeah.
And the whole time they're waiting to issue credit to their contractor customer.
Right. Right. And that same customer is the customer that told us once they started using Continuum, it dropped down to 7 days. That 180 days dropped to 7 days of getting those credits back from their customers. So,
Massive. And how much
yeah.
quicker are their customers than getting their credit?
Right. Exactly. They don't have customers that are holding their receivables and not paying bills because they're waiting for a credit to come
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. And then, you know, what's another interesting point? I was thinking about the HVAC distributor, upstate New York region, and they had came to us at Continuum and they were like, hey, we've already recognized warranty is a challenge in our business.
Yep.
They're like, we want to give our customers a platform to submit warranty claims themselves. So they went on their website and they built a form into their website.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But I'd like to, can you share a little bit as to why the form on the website isn't necessarily going to
Yeah.
get the full?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's forward thinking. It's really great that they're doing that because they've identified there's an issue and they've come up with a solution to it. So it's a good first step. But where it breaks down is, first of all, if they've built a form that's dynamic, that changes for every single manufacturer, they probably didn't, but if they built something like that, then that's a great first step, but it's still not going to connect to your ERP system.
Your ERP.
It's not going to talk to your vendor. So there's still additional steps there. Somebody's going to have to key that stuff in on the website,
Yeah.
and then someone else is manually rekeying it into the ERP system. And then someone else is communicating with those vendors. So it ends up being basically it's duplicated or triplicated because there's so much additional effort. So we kind of combine all of that and we say, rather than putting it into your form or putting it into your spreadsheet or wherever it is that you're capturing it today,
Yeah.
you put it all into Continuum and then we take it from there. So no more effort from that point forward.
Yeah, I mean it's funny when you look at returns, warranties, cores, repairs, any reverse supply chain transaction. It's these issues are not vertical specific.
Right.
It's the whole industry.
Yeah.
Wholesale distribution has an issue with returns, cores, warranties.
Yeah.
And it's like when you've got returns, right? You might have your inside sales team, your CSRs who are fielding phone calls or emails for initiating these returns, or it might be being done at the counter, or your outside sales reps or drivers. And there's all these methods where
Yeah.
returns might be initiated.
Yeah.
and it creates like this intake chaos
Right.
where inevitably there's still going to be one group that's actually entering in those returns into the ERP.
Yeah.
But they're coming in from all these different
Yeah.
channels.
And the funny part about it is, like you were saying, there's so many different flavors of it. You know, you've got cores, you've got HVAC parts, you've got electrical parts and building materials and heavy duty trucking equipment, all these different things, and they've all got different versions of the problems that they run into.
Of the same problem.
But they really all boil down to it's chaotic. The getting that stuff into someone's hands and into someone's brain so that it can be processed and resolved. It's just chaos. And there are so many rules. There's complex rules about how those things should be handled.
Restock fees. Are we going to apply a restock fee here for this customer?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Every vendor is going to require.
Where does it need to be returned to? Does this need to be escalated because it's an expensive return? So maybe it's a good customer, so we just want to automatically approve it. Like, there's so many things that somebody knows. They're locked in somebody's brain typically.
Right. Yeah.
But getting it out, training new people about it and getting it to where it doesn't need to be reviewed by somebody every single time, every step 100%. Of the way is a challenge.
Yeah, I mean, that reminds me of a customer that just signed up last week where they were like, yeah, we've got a warranty admin who's been with us for, I think it was 30, 40 years, and she's fantastic. And she just left.
Yeah.
And it left a massive gap in their business.
Right.
Because now all that knowledge just walked out the front door.
Right. And some of these things maybe are documented, but most of them aren't. Most of it's just locked in somebody's brain. When that brain goes away, what do you do?